Hi, this is Lightroom Guy D.A. Wagner, and sometimes Lightroom fails. It especially fails when you're using something like the spot removal tool to remove something that's big, like a large area of an image. And that's because the spot removal tool is exactly that. It's a spot removal tool. And for retouching or removing a large area of a photograph, this is where Photoshop comes in. So I'm going to show you how to use the Content Aware tool with Photoshop to remove a large area of a photograph when Lightroom fails. So I've already developed this photo, but I want to take the telephone poles out here in the background. So I'm going to select my spot removal tool here, and I'm going to adjust my brush to make it slightly bigger, and my feather and opacity are both at 100%. So I'm going to paint over this area, which is called the destination area, and I'm going to fill it in with white completely so that I can remove the telephone poles from my scene. And this is how most people would approach this in Lightroom. Now, when I release my mouse click, it's going to pick an area from my image that it believes should be replacing it. Now, if I don't zoom into my image, it will look okay. But the moment I zoom in, you'll see that I have ghosted over this image. It has not worked the way I had expected to. So let's undo this, and let's go take a look at how we can do this in Photoshop. So I'm going to click Done, and I'm going to right-click my image and choose Edit in Adobe Photoshop. And now that I'm in Photoshop, I'm going to tap the F key to go full screen, and I'm also going to make sure in my preferences, in my file handling, that it says maximize PSD and PSB file compatibility always. That's important because if you're doing Photoshop files, you will need to have visibility, and that's going to make your Photoshop files visible in Lightroom. Otherwise, Lightroom cannot see them. So let's go ahead and zoom into our telephone poles and select our lasso tool. That's our lasso tool up here. And I'm going to just draw a lasso around my object to make sure I can get them all out. And I'm just going to go over the top here of this grass and go over and around this bush here on the side. And once that's selected and I have everything that I want to remove from my image, I'm simply going to press Shift and Delete. And Shift and Delete will bring up a fill dialog box. Make sure it says Content Aware and Color Adaptation. Blending mode is normal and opacity is 100%. And click OK. And that's going to go ahead and fill that using Content Aware. And you'll see what a beautiful clean result we have by just simply doing those two moves, selecting and then pressing Shift Delete to fill that with Content Aware. And now all I'm going to do is return back to my full view and choose Save. And by choosing Save, it's going to put my image, my Photoshop image, back into Lightroom. If I go here to my film strip, you'll see this is my Photoshop file here, and the one next to it is the image with the telephone poles. And that's my simple solution to the spot removal tool when Lightroom fails, and that's to use Photoshop with Content Aware. This is Lightroom Guy. Thanks for watching.